Packers last night. Matt LaFleur making his coaching debut for Green Bay. Looks to be walking just fine.
Oh, no more golf cart.
Had that Achilles injury. Aaron Rodgers also walking just fine. He would not play. First quarter, no score. Packers punt. Kiki Kuti for the Texans muffs the punt. Equiminius St. Brown recovers. Touchdown.
That's our guy.
Kuti, unfortunately, would hurt his ankle and leave this game.
They traded for Duke Johnson. That'll be a huge move.
Yeah, they got Duke Johnson earlier in the afternoon. Here's Deshaun Kaiser making a move. Hits Darius Shepard out of North Dakota State for a 14-yard touchdown. A Lambeau preseason lead.
Why not?
We'll take it. Packers win.
Peter, Joe Webb threw 40 passes in this game.
Of course.
He is such a legend. Guys, let's go to Soldier Field. Cam Newton did not play in this game for the Panthers, but there's about a couple of rookies. Brian Burns, 16th overall.
Let's go!
Watch this guy. He's going to go with the outside rush and then in and bouncing off blocks and boom. That was a sack. He had 2 in this game. Look out. Ron Rivera fired up in those transitions lenses. However, there was another rookie, 3rd-round pick for the Bears, David Montgomery. Little jump cut, keep his shoulder parallel, show me the burst. Touchdown. That run was completely supposed to go inside. He took it outside. Bears fans already buying their 32 jerseys or converting their old Cedric Benson ones for David Montgomery. Bears are so good. More on their kicker later.
I am a Brian Burns fan account officially all season long. I will let you guys know there's still 5 games on the slate. 2 are on NFL Network tonight, 7:30 Eastern. It's the Bucks heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Saturday night we've got Cowboys at Niners at 9 p.m. Eastern. And you, my friend, are headed to Oakland?
I'm headed to Oakland. I'm be calling the Rams games with my guy, Andrew Siciliano. It's going to be a fun one.
I'm excited about that. Do you guys want to break down some more of these games?
Yeah.
Don't mind if we do.
It's a round of more or less. Let's start with the Buccaneers and Steelers, which you can see on NFL Network. Bruce Arians, one of the quarterback, he's really once the quarterback whisperer for Mr. Ben Roethlisberger, and now he's, of course, with Jameis Winston down there in Tampa Bay. So when it's all said and done this season, I think Bruce Arians has more or less votes for Coach of the Year than any of these guys heading into 2019. The newbies.
Will he get the most?
I'm going to go less. I'm going to go less because I'm going to go to the desert. Because Cliff Kingsbury has the best player in the National Football League. His name is Kyler Murray. No, I really do think so. I'm just going to take a shot. All it is really, if Coach of the Year, you got to go make a massive change, either in statistically or wins. They won 3 games last year. The team was terrible. The offense was completely stagnant. I think Cliff is going to win it. I don't know how many games they'll win, but I know they'll make a huge change in the appearance, the franchise, everything. I'm going to take a shot. Cliff.
I'm going to go with the guy who was sniffing salts before a preseason game. I think Adam Gase will get more votes than Arians because I think the Jets are going to have a significant improvement in their win total this season. They were not a fun team to watch. They had no energy. They might take the city by storm at some point this year. They've got a very favorable schedule, and Adam Gase has these guys looking good on offense. I'm going to say Gase over Arians.
I'm going to say more, just for the simple fact that there's a huge question mark on whether Jameis Winston is an actual franchise guy. We've seen flashes of him being great, but if he can level out some consistency through his play, this team starts to play at a high level. And one thing we do know about Bruce is he can control the camera, baby. When he talks, it's soothing. He has that swagger, that bounce.
Think that matters?
Yeah, I think it does matter. You know, we love the personality.
Yeah.
Some of these other guys, they're cool, but I don't really feel like listening to him talk. When Bruce gets to talking, I get to listening. So if they play well, Jameis plays at a high level, and Bruce is talking to the media, we'll fall in love with him all over again.
If the Browns get in, it has to be Kitchens, right, guys?
Right, it's a great call.
I can't believe none of you picked that one.
It's a great call.
He's got a ton of great players. I feel like he's better roster.
Okay, the last 2 years, Matt
If they
Nagy,
get in, Kitchens.
first-year coach, won Coach of the Year. Sean McVay, first-year coach, won Coach of the Year. I feel like they like giving them to the first-year coach.
You're right.
Love that we're predicting Coach of the Year already here. After one preseason game is in the books, not even. We've got 5 games left. How about the Rams? They do take on the Raiders on Saturday night. Burleson's in the booth. Antonio Brown will not be there, not in the booth, not on the field. He's not going to play in the preseason. We know the Rams aren't playing their key starters as well. Does AB have more or less touchdowns this regular season, though, than Brandin Cooks, who I feel like we don't talk about enough on the show?
I'm going to say more. You know, you can question whether teams are going to double team AB, and he's not going to have too many opportunities to get in the end zone. But I feel like when the Rams get closer to the end zone and start sniffing it, you know who they're giving that ball to. They're going to give it to Todd Gurley. But when the Raiders get close, they're going to dial out some plays where Derek Carr is going to drop back. He's going to look for Antonio Brown, so I'm going to say more.
In good faith, I can't say anything good about Antonio Brown's production after he has a frostbitten foot from not going into the cryo chamber with the proper footsies. I'm going to say less. Brandin Cooks, that offense is going to be lights out, and I know we're getting 10 touchdowns out of Brandin Cooks. I have no idea what to expect from this Raiders offense, and I certainly have no idea with a guy who took a hot air balloon to training camp knowing that his foot wasn't working.
I'm going to say more. This couldn't be more appropriate for Brandin Cooks. Prolific player every single year, and yet I'm still going to choose the guy whose feet are falling off to the booties. Because Antonio Brown is so good, and he'll get his feet right, or whatever the hell those things, the calluses will pull him off or something. He's got a few weeks. Antonio Brown is an amazing, amazing player, and we're caught up in all this, and I'm into Peter's take about it. Peter's angle and vibe is so good on this and so sports radio, but I still know how good he is, so I'll go more. Sorry, Brandon.
We got a speed round here. Cowboys, Niners, 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night, right here on NFL Network. This one's easy. Dallas and their rookie running back, Tony Pollard, has more or less than 100 rushing yards in this game.
I'm going to say less, and not for the reason you think. This isn't a knock towards him. But if this is indeed the guy that's supposed to take over because Zeke is chilling in Cabo, they ain't going to wear this dude out.
Yeah.
So he's going to have less because he's going to play a little bit, get a little burn.
Get him off the
They're going to
field.
put his butt on the sideline.
What do we always talk about? Control the narrative. The Zeke fury from the fans goes away if we get this guy the rock. Let's get Zeke out of the headlines. Let's get Tony Pollard in the headlines. Kellen Moore, my playbook for you. Give it to Tony Pollard. I want to see 45 carries for 318 yards rushing tonight.
More. They want to
Really?
feed this man.
No, they
If Tony
don't.
Pollard busts off a big run, that's like a $30 million run. I'm telling you, they're a business, the Cowboys. They're going to get him. They're going to block for him. Pollard.
Last thing they need is something to happen.
That's funny.
And KD.
Yeah, but they don't want to pay Zeke all that money.
Yeah, one beautiful run and get in bubble tape and get on the sideline.
As long as it's like a 90-yard run.
Wait to see that one,
that one
on
beautiful
NFL Network. Will Selva's out in the newsroom in Culver City this morning with the latest from coast to coast. What do you got, Will?
Absolutely. What's going on there, Kay? Well, the Saints last month made Michael Thomas the highest paid wide receiver in football after signing him to a 5-year, $100 million deal. But he might not be the highest paid wideout for very long. Falcons GM Thomas Dimitroff on Thursday saying he thinks a multi-year deal for Julio Jones is around the corner. Dimitroff during the Falcons broadcast saying, quote, he's in a great spot. We're in a great spot. Dimitroff also adding that he believes the Falcons' 6-time Pro Bowler should be the highest paid receiver in the league. Jones is set to earn $14.25 million this season, which currently makes him the 13th highest paid wideout in the NFL. The Eagles taking a hit at the quarterback position Thursday night. Backup Nate Sudfeld leaving the game against the Titans after landing hard on his left arm. Head coach Doug Peterson after the game saying Sudfeld broke his wrist and will have surgery today. Cody Kessler will likely move up to the number 2 role behind Carson Wentz. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson obviously didn't play in the preseason opener against the Broncos, but Geno Smith did, and he did so with an unspecified knee injury. Smith struggled in the first half, going 3 of 9 before giving way to Paxton Lynch. Whatever the injury is, Smith will have 10 days to recover, as Seattle doesn't play again until August 18th when it travels to Minnesota. And it's just the preseason, so Saquon Barkley has time to fine-tune his rock, paper, scissors strategy. Evan Ingram apparently already in midseason form. That is a game that Saquon would often play with his buddy OBJ, who's now in Cleveland. But I feel like the circle game, hot hands, also lost art as well. It's all rock, paper, scissors, but there are other hand games you can do out there. This is an obsession. I don't know why.
Let's go. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Hey,
Yeah.
rock,
paper,
Scissors, shoot. Got him. Get out of here. Take a lap. You want some of this action?
We'll be back.
Rock,
Outta here.
paper,
On Good
scissors,
Morning
shoot.
Football. Thanks,
Man, get
Will.
out of here, man. Take a lap, man.
The
Anybody
kid-
want this?